My girl, Caitlin Clark, took my advice. And, I'm not saying she's listening to me. I think this is just common sense. She's not joining.
Imagine being the face of a revolution, empowering women in sports, capturing the world's attention, and then being asked to step into a new league that may not be ready for the spotlight. What would you do? Well, Caitlin Clark made her choice. And trust me, it's one you're going to want to hear.
Horrible league, the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league. She's not going to lend her name, her credibility to that league. I think she just waited and waited and waited long enough so that the story would kind of die and go away on its own. They've leaked this out through sources that she's not going to play. I'm sure this will probably be something that will be held against her.
Today, we're diving into Caitlin Clark's bold move to say hell no to the much-talked-about 3-on-3 Unrivaled League. What does this mean for her future, women's basketball, and the WNBA? Stay tuned, because this isn't just about basketball. It's about a seismic shift in how we view women's sports.
How come she couldn't support Breanna Stewart and Alyssa Thomas is it Alyssa? No, is it Alyssa Thomas? No, that's not who I'm thinking of. It's the other girl that's actually nice, Nafisa Collier. Why she couldn't support Nafisa Collier and this new 3-on-3 league, but it's the right move. No one wants to see women play 3-on-3 basketball. People are just warming up to seeing them play 5-on-5.
Caitlin Clark, the unstoppable force of the NCAA, has the world at her feet. But when news of the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league first emerged, speculation soared. Could she, the face of women's basketball, lend her name and talent to this new venture? Or would she stay true to her roots in the WNBA?
Smart move here by Caitlin Clark.
I happen to agree with it. Look, what creates value? Two things: scarcity and demand. And in my view, Caitlin Clark had a very quick timeline from going right to the Final Four with Iowa and then getting to the WNBA because of the timing of the seasons. My view is this: maybe she could do that later on in her career, several years down the line, if that league even exists to that point.
The decision was clear. Caitlin Clark wouldn't lend her name, her credibility, or her energy to a league that seemed questionable at best. But let's be real, this wasn't just about one league or one season. It was about her long-term legacy in women's basketball.
But she needs to use this offseason to energize her body, get a little bit stronger physically, and continually evolve her game. What is going to help women's basketball, in my view, is not having rival leagues, because they might cannibalize each other to a certain degree. They need the WNBA to be as strong as possible. I don't believe there's enough good women's basketball to have two leagues. I really don't. And what's going to help the WNBA? I believe the best version of Caitlin Clark that can actually have a team make a deep playoff run. It's really that simple. So in my view, if I'm the WNBA and I'm the fellow players, I'm actually happy that we're going to get the best version of Caitlin Clark and not one that's continually fatigued.
I don't think, as it relates to her peers in the WNBA, she can't win one way or the other, because now she's going to be blamed when this league doesn't work and it draws horrible ratings. Well, Caitlin Clark had supported us, blah, blah, blah. We got to work together as a team, blah, blah, blah.
When we look at women's basketball, it's not about jumping from one hype to the next. It's about growing a foundation, and Caitlin Clark knows that. The WNBA is where it's at, but the 3-on-3 league? It might just be a distraction that eats into the momentum we've worked so hard to build.
Where I'll be sitting there and this league will prove once again, hey, without Caitlin Clark, you don't have
right. There's no league.
You don't
right.
have you don't have anything. It's so bad. Or I'm talking about basketball, American basketball, men's and women, is in such bad shape and is so dependent upon Caitlin Clark. The NBA is trying to get Caitlin Clark involved in their All-Star weekend in some kind of three-point shooting contest with her and Sabrina Ionescu against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, or Steph Curry and somebody. They want to bring the Caitlin Clark effect to the NBA All-Star weekend, and it would work.
Yes, I know the allure of 3-on-3 is real, but let's not forget, Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's someone who commands attention wherever she goes. If she had joined the Unrivaled League, it could have diluted her power. The WNBA needs Caitlin at her best, and that's exactly what she's giving them, her all.
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I think I may pass on that as well. Although if she does show up, and that would be the event of the men's NBA All-Star Weekend. That would be bigger than the game. It'd be bigger than the dunk contest. It'd be bigger than any and everything else. That would be a feather in her cap. But I'm not sure if I would give it to the NBA. They have made such a mess of their league with the politics, the victimization, LeBron dirtying up the game with his son, the lack of competitive spirit, the load management, the Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr wagging their finger and calling everybody racist. They are so, they got, hey, Caitlin Clark, come over here and bring some of that shine over here to us. This is what a horrible job Adam Silver and LeBron James and ESPN, I put some blame on them. This is what a horrible job they've done managing their game. They actually need Caitlin Clark to come bail them out.
But let's not kid ourselves. Caitlin Clark's impact extends far beyond the college courts. The WNBA is where she belongs. And guess what? She's just getting started. There are going to be some who criticize her decision. They'll say, why didn't she support her peers? But in the end, Caitlin Clark's choice might just be the one that saves women's basketball from burning out.
It'll be just like the election blaming white women, yeah.
Guys, I hate to threaten the butter box here because I'm a ride and die with you, Jason.
Yeah.
I try to ride and die with you, but I think that Caitlin Clark, after looking at this over the last few months, I think she should take every opportunity she can.
Think about it. What do we want more of? The best version of Caitlin Clark or the watered-down version that could have come from a side league trying to steal her spotlight? She knows her worth, and she's not about to let anyone undermine it. Hold up, the NBA even wants Caitlin Clark at their All-Star weekend? Yes, you heard that right. But what does it say that even the biggest men's basketball league in the world needs Caitlin Clark to boost its shine? She's not just a star, she's the supernova. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Is Caitlin Clark's decision to say no to the Unrivaled League the right one? Or will she look back and wonder if she missed the chance to make even more history? We'll dive into that next. But first, if you enjoyed this breakdown of Caitlin Clark's bold move, hit that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss what we're diving into next. Trust me, the future of women's basketball is heating up, and you're not going to want to miss it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Caitlin Clark made the right call? Let's get the conversation going.